Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Eunice. I am a doctor based in New Zealand, in Christchurch, and on this channel we explore what it's like to be a doctor in New Zealand, and I'm also interested in looking at different ways to live life to its absolute fullness. Today I wanted to give you a little glimpse into what my life is like as a doctor working the night shift. A lot of people are super curious about what it's like, especially those of you thinking about medicine as a career. So I thought I would document one day in my life and share it with you all. I remember as a medical student, I literally had no clue what it meant to be on night shift. I thought it was sort of like a rumour or a myth even. I just brushed it off, didn't think that it was real until I became a doctor. Look, I think it's really super important that these sort of experiences and insights of what it's like to be on long day and night shifts are shared to those who are seriously interested in considering pursuing medicine and becoming a doctor, because you want to be fully informed of what it is like to be a doctor, right? In all honesty, night shifts are really not that pleasant, and if I had known that these are the hours I'll be working, I probably would think twice, like 3 times, about actually doing medicine. And a lot of my colleagues actually agree with that as well. So yeah, definitely hope that this sort of helps you orientate yourself to the job a bit more, to know what is all involved. Working these hours are pretty unsociable, and it really messes up with your day-to-day plans. For example, look, you sleep at 8 a.m. when you should be awake, and it really sucks to have to go to work when everyone is relaxing and enjoying their nights off. Honestly, like, the worst thing is I go to work when my partner's about to sleep, and it's so hard to want to go to work, but that's just what it is. And during the time that you have for yourself after waking up at 4 p.m, you're mostly really fatigued, don't have energy, or you're sort of like jet lagging, so you haven't got really enough energy for like gymming or even socializing in general. I mean, besides all the things that I've really talked about in night shifts, being tiring and things, of course working night shift has its own perks. Like, it can be pretty damn satisfying to work these shifts, because when the whole hospital is asleep, you're basically the boss of yourself, and you're no longer the underdog of the day team doing the paperwork, and you actually get to make clinical decisions and diagnose problems and feel like a real doctor. And there is also quite a bit of downtime during your shift because of the time of the day. Basically, most people are asleep. Otherwise, I spend the rest of my time on side hustles. Like, I filmed this during my night shift. How neat, right? So in general, I don't mind it too much as long as they're spaced out once monthly, like it is now. If you're not keen on the night shift thing and long hours, you should really think a bit harder about whether medicine is for you. Usually this is the norm for at least the next 10 years. Have you ever wondered what it's like to work when everyone is asleep? Well, I'm a doctor and I work the night shift. In this video, I'm going to share to you the day-to-day life of being a doctor and how I manage to get everything done. I wake up at 5 p.m. in the evening, roll out of bed, and I head to the gym and get some push done, get them shoulders pumping, and I do some workout. And then I head home, make some yummy dinner. This is the flat cat. Her name is Kupo. And I have some yummy avocado pasta for dinner. Then I head out to work at 10 p.m. And today I am working as the medical house officer, looking after all the general medicine patients. I attend a handover at 10:30 p.m. where all the evening shift doctors hand over patients to be aware of and all of the jobs that need doing overnight. Then I quickly settle in the doctor's office for the remainder of the night. Throughout the night, I get called to do a couple of jobs on the iPad or the phone. Generally, it's not too bad of a shift, and it's mostly busy in the first 4 hours of my shift, and it really quietens down.
The things that I got called for are things like reviewing unwell patients, chasing investigation results, things like x-rays or blood tests, and I also chart medications. But the most important thing that a duty doctor is to do is to attend all clinical emergencies. For example, today the most interesting thing was probably to review a patient after a seizure. It was a patient with known epilepsy. It self-terminated and he was pretty drowsy afterwards, which we call the post-ictal period. So by the time I got there really wasn't much that needed doing urgently, and he refused all investigations and treatment and was really not cooperating. And by this time, there really is not much you can do if someone clearly has capacity and refuses treatment. So I accept my defeat, and after this I go to the cafeteria to have a pick-me-up hot tea with milk. It is my comfort drink. A little caffeine boost, but not too much. I go back to the office and do some side hustle work. I get interrupted from time to time in between, but they're only for little jobs like charting paracetamol. And I'm finished for the day when the sun starts to rise.